Good morning. I don't know where you are listening from. Um, I'm Felicia. I'm speaking today on issues that have bothered me. I have been a child advocate for long, but I deem it now that I need to speak. I need support. There have been issues of child molestation in Nigeria, and there have been issues of sexual abuse on women. The government has not deemed it necessary to address it. Why do I say it? Why do I make such speeches? I feel we have a government and agencies that are insensitive. For a very long time, the issues of child sexual abuse has been on. I have not seen any valuable framework that have addressed such issues. On my own part, I have made efforts in my local community to bring to the notice government agencies to be aware. First, last year, I had a business in a police station in the locality where I live, and I overheard an IPO, that is, an investigating police officer, tried to put a matter of sexual defilement of a 6-year-old under the carpet. It was 14 years and 15 years old boy who repeatedly raped a 6-year-old. The IPO deemed it that the child will forget, told the mother, you don't need to press charges. Her own reason was she knew the grandfather of those 14 and 15-year-old boy. Is it how we are going to be addressing sexual matters here in Nigeria against children? Who tells her that a 6-year-old child will forget that she has been repeatedly raped by 14 and 15 years? What are the future of other children when these 14 and 15-year-old boys are not made to pay their crimes? They are going to turn to be serial rapists. When policemen who are supposed to do their jobs don't do their job, what do we get in return? I was angered. I wrote a letter to the Attorney General of Edo State. That was in June 2019. Till date, I have not heard about them. I went to Women Affairs Office and reported to the Child Development Officer who works there, Mr. John. I didn't get any response concerning that matter. That matter is dead and buried. And then I met a 13-year-old girl, Blessing, who said for 2 years, 2 years back, she has been repeatedly raped by a 70-year-old man, that she seeks justice, she has not gotten justice. These are the stories that I know of. And when we hear of stories like this, it bleeds my heart. I am not talking this morning as a professional. I'm talking as a mother. I'm talking as a mother who sees the plight of children. If you have gone through labor pains of 9 months and you have delivered, even if your conception and delivery is either a creation of law or natural, you know what it means to be a mother. Our children are not protected. The framework is not in for them. The government is sensitive. The agency is sensitive. And when I had qualms, this is one of the letters I wrote to EFCC concerning a personnel, how they handle children affairs in women affairs. EFCC still lasts. Since 2019 till date has not responded to the allegation to either investigate and find the truth of it. I took a step to the state newspaper. The journalist there told me that if you have to write anything against the government agency, you will be enroping the government, that they will not publish it. I should go to a national newspaper and write it. And the national newspaper journalist felt I didn't have the money. Probably it wouldn't add value to them. Child molestation and child abuse is not what concerns them. 2019 to 2020, a year has passed now. I have not had a word from any of them. How do you then think the children can be protected? The doctrine of the best interest of a child, have we invoked it in this cause? Have we evoked it in this nation? I have this morning with anger in my heart and displeasure on how the issue of child molestation, sexual molestation is handled. And I'm asking well-meaningful mothers. I'm speaking to mothers because you are the ones who conceive. You are the one who knows what it means to be a mother, to join a cause to ensure that our children are protected, that they will have the life that they need to have. Just this month, 2 serving lawmakers deemed it well in their wisdom to say body no be firewood concerning sexual rapes, Can we count on the words of these men to provide framework that will to protect and provide justice for those who are molested? The instrument of law is for prevention, and is for punishment, is for development. Have they invoked these 3 tiers of measures in this issue of child rape? We sit down, we talk, we allow it blow, but it is not about allowing things be the way it should be. We should speak, because psychologically these children are being destroyed. Psychologically, we are creating a generation of serial rapists. We are creating a portfolio of moral decadence in our country. I grew as a child. I was protected, I was loved. Can we say it today of our children? Do we protect them? Do we love them enough to ensure that the children are protected? Do we pressurize the government to do the needful? The government wouldn't do the needful. If it was to pass a bill on financial bills to tax parents to pay 50 naira stamp duty on their daily livings when they have paid income tax, or when they will make deduction from your ATM, make deduction for your WhatsApp, take the little earnings you make, they will be fast to make a law. And when it concerns issue of making obnoxious bill like infectious disease bill, they will be fast. But things that preserve the seed and the future of our children, they do not have the interest. I am angry today, and will not sit and stand aloof and allow the insensitivity of the government and the insensitivity of the agencies who should help us fight the cause. Mothers, you should rise and start an instrument that should protect your children. Do not allow your children to be a victim. It may be you. You may sit and say, I protect my child. You are lying. Every child now is a property of the pedophiles. Please, please set a mission that we should protect children. I cannot do it alone. No mother can do it alone. We need to form a group. We need to take action today and ensure that justice is brought for the children who have no voice, who cannot speak to themselves. God bless you for listening, and ensure that you do not just take this message as one of those things. This is a passionate call for me. I plead to mothers, please take action, and do not allow your daughters to be victims of rape, and do not allow your children's future to be destroyed. Thank you so much.